this project, the setup. I named it your Arduino banker. So let me first give you a demo of what it does. Let's start it. Okay, here it goes. First, it's gonna welcome you to your bank, and then it's going to ask you for an account number. And I've created some account numbers which I can put in, and then it'll give you the balance. So let me put in an account number. This is one of the account number that will work, which is 9365. And then it's going to give you a message that access granted, and it's going to show you a balance. It's going to display that balance for 5 seconds. It's going to do that same thing again. It's going to ask you if you want to enter a different account number. Let's say I want to enter another account number. I have it 9357, and it's going to give you access granted, and it's going to show you a balance of -10, which mostly doesn't happen. Okay, let's try another one. It's going to be 9913. Wait, I didn't enter one. Okay, it's wrong. So that was wrong passcode. So at least you got a chance to look at what wrong looks like. Okay, let me try it again. 9913. Okay, give you access, and that's the balance that it has. Okay, now let me enter a wrong account number. Let's say I want to enter 853A, and it's going to say wrong account number, and then it's going to redo it until you enter the account number again. So it won't take in a wrong account number. So let's stop this. Let me show you how I actually made this build. So first, what I did was I started off with the starter that was available in this Tinkercad, and which you can look it up. Let me see if I can show you guys this one. This is the exact same thing that comes up when you look up LCD. First, I didn't start with that. First, I just had the Arduino, but then I wanted to include LCD to my display, so I decided to use this then. First, it was just normal. I was just using a serial monitor, but then I did this. So in order for me to add a keypad to it, what I did was, let's go back here. I moved these wires, which were located connected to the digital slots here. Moved them from here to here, and then I added this keypad, and these are the rows, 4 rows, and these are the 4 columns, and added them to the digital section. And then these wires were moved to the analog in section, and that's pretty much it for the setup. Let me go over the code, what it does. Okay, let me move this over a little. Okay, so yeah, and the parts, it was just keypad, this 2020 ohm resistor, this potentiometer, it's hard to pronounce this name. Okay, and this LCD 16x2, and some wires, and of course Arduino. Okay, and let's go over the code real quick. So in order for me to use a keypad and LCD, I had to include these libraries, and then I created a char array which will be holding the account numbers. It's gonna hold like 4 digits. That's the max account number that will be, and these are the account numbers that I created, and of course 4. And then I added a counter to count indexes, and then key is, which will be taking recording the inputs. We'll be set it to the inputs, and this is initializing the LCD crystal, the location where it's connected to, and these are just constant byte for the rows and column. So this is basically what library setup tells you to do. So that's what I did, and my real code begins here. And yeah, so 1 for 1 and 2, and it's telling you what. If I put let's say it's 1 here, if I put a 0 here, if I press 1, it's gonna actually enter 0 instead of 1. So you guys can adjust it if you want, and then these are actually where the row is connected. So the rows 9 to 6, it's here, and the columns are from 5 to 2. And then we come to the, oh yeah, then I created the keypad object. Come to the setup. So I use a serial monitor to just for testing purposes. And then this is where we begin the LCD, print like the message, welcome to your bank. And then I added this for loop, so it loops when the message displayed, the message it's larger than the display, so it has a loop to display all the as a scroll to display all the like the characters, like B, A, and K. It doesn't display at once, so it's a scroll. And then I delayed it 1 second, and LCD would clear, and then it would go to the loop. The loop, it would ask you to it'll print enter amount, and then whatever you enter here will equal to the key. And then if there's a key, it's going to be added to the enter account array, and then it can also display the key. And if the entered keys are if you have entered 4 keys, then it's going to come to this message. Otherwise, it's going to keep going to this loop. Once you have entered 4 keys, that means your account number is full. It's going to come to this if counter. If the counter equals 4, and then it's going to check. There's about 10 if statements for each account number that I've created, which I shouldn't be doing to make it an efficient code, but this is what I could do due to time limitation. So it's going to check if your entered account number equals the account number that we have in the system. If it does, it's going to display access granted, and then it's going to delay for a second and send that account number to a balance check, which will go to a balance check. Let's go to balance check. It'll go to the balance check, and then it'll come here, void balance check, and then the account number will come by here, and then it's going to clear the LCD. If that account number matches one of these if account numbers, if it does match, let's say it does match, and then it's going to print your balance on top row here, and then it's going to display your balance on the bottom row. And if it doesn't match, it's just going to display a 0 here. And then your message will be displayed for 5 seconds. And let's go back where we were. And I have about 10 account numbers, 10 if statements. I'm checking. And then if it doesn't match, it's going to come, if the account number entered doesn't match the account number in the code, then it's going to come to this else statement. And it'll clear the LCD and then display wrong account number. And the counter will be set it to 0. LCD will clear and the loop will begin again. And this is pretty much the code. There are a lot of improvements that I want to make, but due to time limitation, this is all what I could do. But next time, if I get some time, I would like to, instead of having so many if statements, I want to have a loop so that I can get account numbers out of an array. I would like to create an array of these account numbers and also the balance. I don't want to have 10 different if statements, and same for the balance. Just want to make it automated instead of just having keep printing if statements. And also I would like to give users the option to withdraw cash and also deposit as an extra option. So far this is pretty much it, and if you guys have any questions, you guys can message me on Canvas, and this is pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks.